Welcome back, listeners, to the final episode of Penguin Pals. My name is Melina Sierrath, and these are my members.
I'm Gabriel Colpitz.
Keaton Bartley.
I'm Maria Mercado.
Nathan Shapiro.
Cool. So, in today's episode, we'll be talking about how to take everything we shared with you about communication and connection throughout the podcast and how it will benefit you post-grad. In the Penguin Pals podcast, we talked about benefits of communication, mental health, club communication, barriers of communication, communication and making connections, and how that affects your school experience. Listen to those episodes if you want to learn more or refresh your memory. After community college, students go on a diverse path from career advancement or further their education. So what are we planning to do after we finish our time here at Clark?
Me personally, I'm planning on transferring over to WSU Vancouver to finish my degree in elementary education.
I plan on getting into some more of my businesses, maybe making one eventually here, and working with my father and his partners at their job.
I'm probably just gonna work.
My plan is to help my business husband. So we're working together.
After this, I am transferring to the University of Oregon. Go Ducks! Okay, so there's definitely diverse pathways for all of us, transitioning from community college to your next phase of life, and the importance of communication still stands. So we mentioned communication importance in episodes 1 and 3, benefits of communication in college, as well as club communication. But communication influences various aspects of career advancement and workplace dynamics, such as interviews, job application, workplace development, and leadership development. Statistics sourced from Expert Marketing shows that 28% of employees say that poor communication is the reason why they aren't able to deliver work on time. 86% of employees cite the lack of effective collaboration and communication as the main causes for workplace failures. 97% of employees believe communication impacts their task efficiency on a daily basis. So how has communication positively or negatively impacted you in your work experience?
I know for me personally, if I am assigned something, or it kind of depends if it's an individual basis sort of ordeal or if it's a group basis. If it's a group basis, communication is very important for the cohesion and really having all the parts fit together, because if someone's not communicating, then they're not doing their part, and if their part's not being done, then there is going to be an issue with the overall end product or goal of the group assignment. But if it's individually, communication can be sort of, asking for an extension, communicating the state at which you are in the ordeal that you're assigned or whatever. So in both of those situations, communication is very important towards, being efficient and productive in what you're doing and the quality of the end result as well.
I can say it has negatively impacted my experience, like working and stuff, like not communicating enough because it makes things super awkward and really unclear on like what's going on.
For me, my job kind of constantly requires communication because it's all about collaboration with other branches and doing like marketing stuff, which I think is inherently a very communicative job to have. So going through the communication classes and doing more communication within college has helped me, pinpoint, where I need to work on, and what parts of communication are crucial to, everyday people, because that helps with my collaboration during like my own work meetings, and then furthering that afterwards to graphic design and marketing.
For me, communication has negatively and positively impacted me in the work experience. Especially, I used to work at the mall. Working Black Friday at the mall was so horrible. Whatever, it's okay. I used to work at the mall, and on Black Friday, communication would be crucial for me and my coworkers. I worked as a boba-rista, so I made boba, and so sometimes I would make the same order as my coworker, or sometimes I'd make the wrong order for the customers, and we had to restart everything. So effective communication, it has been a key for me.
Okay, for me, so I am now working. So in my house, with my family, I think communication negative impact in this field by not communicating, or not having that good skills to communicate with them. Like as a result, we can have negative relationships, like as I don't know, as marriage or as mother and sons and daughters. So this affects all my family, not just me and the other members. It's not all the family. Like the environment in my house is not the same, but it's enough to flow that in the positive energy. So I think negative communication make me feel like mad or sad, but when I don't communicate with them in a good way.
In this section, we talked about transferring from the community college to a job. Now we're going to be talking about pursuing further education. Others may go straight from Clark to the workforce or decide to continue their education at other schools. A common example is transferring to university. Effective communication could benefit the application process, writing personal statements and application essays, getting recommendation letters from past mentors and teachers, engaging in professors, advisors, and peers in academic settings, or seeking guidance from academic advisors. So can someone share a memorable experience where clear communication with an advisor or mentor had a significant impact on your academic path? How did effective communication help you make informed decisions or overcome challenges?
Well, for me, when I was first starting my college experience last year, when I first got in, I was recommended to see an advisor to, set up specific classes because it is a transfer agreement and it's not a direct degree pathway here at Clark. So I had to meet with an advisor, and they weren't sure what classes I needed to take, which was very stressful for me. And so we did a little bit of communication back and forth with the school, and then we found out that there was a specific WSU advisor here at Clark. And so I had to eventually set a meeting with them, and from that I was able to find classes that I needed to take, and different requirements that I've already met and different requirements that I will need to meet in the future in order to successfully transfer over to WSU. So I'm on the right path now, but initially that was a stressful approach.
For me, I suppose when it comes to academic, that would go for this would be applicable to me for my clubs, because I was in my history class and I was very communicative with my professor. He was really impressed with what I did, and I would be in constant communication with him. So he was the one that would recommend me to do Model United Nations, which I've been doing for about 2 years now. And I don't think without that communication and without that kind of back and forth that we would do during that class, I probably wouldn't be in that club right now.
Similar to Gabe, I had some experience with figuring out what I wanted to do after Clark and what I wanted to do for university-wise. I am the most indecisive person you ever meet. Like, I have 6 schools that I want to go to, and I narrowed it down to 2, and that was with a big help with my career advisor. She sat down with me and talked about my goals, my dreams, whatever I wanted after Clark, and we narrowed it down. Clark does offer a lot of career advising and academic advising, and that resource will be posted in the Spotify version of our description.
I don't have a clear example for education, but I do have one for working, learning how to communicate properly with someone who's interviewing you and getting them to like you and being a likable person has definitely benefited me greatly.
How so?
Being able to communicate not like it's a job interview and kind of like you're friends with someone makes the interview process a lot easier, and really listening to what they're saying and getting them to be a likable person and not be a robot who's being interviewed.
Speaking about our resource, I'm here to talk about career advising. So career advising is a Clark service, and meeting with a career advisor has helped me significantly with figuring out what I want to do after Clark. It could help you identify your interests, strengths, and possible careers, career decision making, selecting a good fit program of study and longer range goal setting, maybe using career exploration resources like job and industry descriptions, and so many things that career advising offers you. And we'll put that resource in the Spotify version of our description. So today we talked about the common paths that community college students go on after they're done with community college. going into a career or pursuing a higher education, you can listen to us on YouTube and Spotify at PenguinPals Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for staying connected with us and join our conversations for connection and community at Clark College. Bye.
Bye.